Feeling good, feeling clean, cleaned up the house, which makes me feel fantastic. This was honestly the first day that I've felt, sorry if it's loud, the dishwasher's going, the AC is going, washer's going. Anyway, this is honestly the first day I've felt like really good, like I can get up and walk around in my recovery. I got the dogs here, and we're gonna make some tacos. And then a little later, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to teach you, wow, I look really pale. I'm going to teach you how to make a crocheted coin purse. I just learned, it honestly took me probably a year of trying to figure out how to make like a straight line when I crochet a square, but I did it. So we're gonna do a little tutorial of that because that's what I've been doing. I watched 9 Perfect Strangers just barely, and then I'm watching Only Murders in the Building. So really hungry though, so let's make some food. I put this turkey meat in the sink so it could defrost while I was in the shower, and it pretty much did nothing, so that's really fun. It kind of did something. Also gotta make sure we have actual taco seasoning. Got some of that. What else can I show you while we're just, hanging out? Here's Miss Olive. Penguin's probably in the bed. He loves being in bed. If you can't see, I'm wearing this Bart Simpson shirt. I'm pretty sure it was my grandpa's. Pretty much just been hanging out in my underwear, honestly, because I ice my crotch so much. What are you doing? Huh? Come here. Oh, hi, boy. Oh, hi, Olive. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do that now? Okay, girl, get it. Hank, be nice. Oh, hi, boy. Hi, boy. We are renovating, getting a couch finally. Not really renovating, redecorating, but here's what we have. We're gonna get some white chairs, an olive green couch. I hate this rug because it shows any speck of dirt or anything, so probably get rid of that, probably get rid of that chair, get rid of all those. Oh, we got things going on over here. Okay. I was in the middle of cooking, and lately when I've been standing, if I'm taking the dogs out or something, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I think it's my own fault though, because I need to eat more. It's just hard to be motivated to cook when I don't feel like standing. It's like a vicious cycle, but I'm just gonna sit down and drink some water, and then we'll get back to cooking. Oh no, I just spilled it on me. Oh well. Mom came to the rescue and cooked up the meat. We like to do double-decker tacos, so the beans in between the soft shell and hard shell. Looks good. Time to teach you guys how to crochet. I'm not sure if I should be the teacher, but let me show you what I've been making. I've been making these little pouches. They just, I guess you just untwist that and then it opens. Little like coin pouch, whatever the heck you want to put in there. I'm going to put one in my bag because, you know, I just have all these little things, chapsticks, bobby pins, coins, and it can just, you know, stay in one of these. So I've made a bunch of different ones like this, and I think this one is my favorite one just because I like it simple. So I'm going to show you how I've been making these. All you really need is some yarn, a crochet hook, which I have a size 8, I believe, and then 2 buttons, scissors, a needle, and some string. And don't be discouraged if you can't figure out how to make a straight edge, because that took me literally forever, but I will do my best to show you how to do that. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna be using this brown string, thread, whatever, yarn, and hopefully you can see it. So the first thing you want to do is make a slip knot, and the easiest way to do that is to make a circle like this, and then you take this side that is connected to the bundle and you stick it inside the hole, and then you pull. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our crochet hook and we're going to make single stitches, and I'm going to count, I usually do 16. for a larger bag. So I always put this yarn around my pinky, that's just habit. And then what you do is you wrap it behind itself and through. This is hard to do slow. So there's one stitch, behind, and through, 2, behind, through, 3. And if you are having a hard time getting it, I guess, getting this stitch through, sometimes when I was first starting, I would use my finger and take it over, if that makes sense. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and you don't want to make it super tight, you want it to be loose so that you can see the stitches, if that makes sense. You'll get the hang of it as you keep practicing. I forgot what number I was on. 8, 15, and then number 16 is our turning stitch. So now we're going to go back the other direction, and you can tell which stitch you're going to go into. I always kind of lift it up vertical, if that makes sense, and I can see that this stitch here is connected, so I'm going to go in the next one. I don't know if that made sense, but go in, and now we're going to do a double crochet. What you do is the same thing, you go around but only go through once. You go around, oops, around, and then you go through and pull it through 2 times, the 2 threads, if that makes sense. I'm very bad at explaining this. Okay, and now we go into the next one. In, around, pull through once, and pull through twice. So now I can see that this stitch is connected to this, so I go in the next one. Around, through once, around, through twice. So now we are at the end. This is our last one, and it's right before that slip knot. So you can see the slip knot here. And we did our last stitch here. Now you're going to make one more single stitch before we turn. That is the key to making a straight line. So, one more stitch, and now we're just going to turn it, we flip it over, and we find the next stitch to go into. So as you can see right here is the vertical line connecting, and we're going to go into that next stitch right here. And pull through once, and pull through twice. Also, I don't count the rows that I do, I just kind of eyeball it for what I like, and then when I do my second square, I just place it on top of this one, make sure it matches up. Now we're at the end. We do one more stitch, and we turn it. I'm going to turn the camera off and finish this square, then we're going to do an identical one to this, and then we're going to do one that is half the height for the little flap, and then I will show you how to connect them all together. Alrighty people, so we have reached the end. Oh no, okay, I think that's turned off. So we've reached the end of our square, and the way that I like to end it, I have before just taken these and tied them around each other, but for some reason it doesn't stay very well. So what I've been doing, I don't think this is the right way, is taking my scissors and cutting this off, and then I pull the tail through, and then, let's cut this a little more, I split it in 2, and I put one of these through a stitch, so hopefully this makes sense. I'm just gonna put it through here, Again, I don't think this is right, but that's what I've been doing. And then snip those off. And same with this one down here. I don't think it will hold very well, just being a slip knot. So I'm going to chop it off, split it, put one of these through, and then tie another knot. And cut the tail off. Okay, one square done. Now we're gonna do another square that is this size, and then one that's about halfway. All right, we've got a new little background here because one of the dogs peed on the other blanket. I won't name any names, but we have our 3 different squares now. These 2 are roughly the same size, not exactly, but you know, we can stretch them. And then we have this one that's about half of the width. So now I'm gonna teach you how to attach them. First, we're just gonna start off by doing another slip knot. So make a circle and put the long side in the hole. And then we're going to start, I usually start on this side, and I line these corners up, and I'll check them along the way to make sure they're lined up. But you don't have to be exact on this since there's not like exact stitches. So what you do is pick a stitch in this corner to go through, and then go through a second one on this bottom square. And then you're going to take your thread and you're going to wrap it once around, and you're gonna pull that thread through 2 of these. So pull it through, and then you're going to wrap it again and pull it through the last 2. So again, we're gonna go in, just pick a stitch, go in through the bottom one, wrap it, bring it through 2, wrap it, bring it through the last 2. And we're just gonna do that all the way around, keeping the top side open. Okay, we finally reached the end. And now what I'm gonna do is what I showed you before, where I just split the string in half and tie it around. Again, not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I've been doing it. So let me do that real fast. Now it's time to attach this top flap, and you pretty much do the same thing, but you do it only to this back side where you're gonna connect that pouch. So from corner to corner, first make your slip knot, then we're going to just find a stitch that we want to put it through, find one of the back stitches, wrap it around, bring that thread through 2 of them, wrap it around again, bring it through the last 2. And we do that for the entire length of the little bag. We are now at the end, so we're gonna do what we did before, and I'm going to snip that tail off, bring it through, and we're gonna find a place to make a little knot. There we have our little bag, and now it's time to attach the buttons. So let me grab my buttons real fast. I have this sewing thread and a needle. It already has some thread on it, and this big bag of buttons, so I'm just gonna pick which ones I like. So I'm gonna do this one on the top and this one on the bottom, and I like to do them pretty spaced out. If you do it together like this, it's fine, but I just have found that I like the look of it more spaced out. So this is pretty simple. All you do is place your button where you want it, and then I go from the back, go through my buttonholes, and then I tie it off. Then I'll go through a few more times and tie it off again. And for the second one, place it where you want it. This one's a little harder. Now the last step is to add on our yarn that will attach these. So all I do is take a little bit. You can either loop it through a stitch on the back, or you can just tie it around this button. So you just tie it in a double knot, cut off the tail, and then I just wrap it around to see how many times I want it wrapped. and then I just snip off that excess. And there we go. We have our little coin purse. So I hope you guys liked that. I hope that it actually made sense to follow along with. It's been a fun little thing that I've been doing while I've been in bed. I've been thinking of more craft things to do, so don't worry, there will be some more sewing projects coming. I want to make a bunch of fun pants since those are in, and then I'll have them to wear for the fall. I also have been wanting to make Nolan a shirt, so we'll see how that goes. But make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed that, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!